What's going on, everybody? It's your boy K.O. Terrell.
It's your dog, Jeff Mungai.
And this is the very first episode of
4DaSouth podcast.
So, where do we start, Jeff?
Man, let's tell these folks what this podcast is about, dog. As y'all know, we are Southeast actors here in the Southeast market. Man, we here to just talk about all the glorious, beautiful things about the Southeast. Reasons as to why we even doing this podcast, man. It's because we want to rep y'all. We want to rep the 99% under the majority of, who's not being seen, who's not a celebrity, and I mean, we'll get to all that stuff later down the line, but it's y'all, man. It's y'all who we really wanted to make this podcast more about.
Which is why the first episode is called Misunderstood.
Misunderstood, baby.
I personally feel like we both do, and I'm sure a lot of other actors here in Atlanta who will be watching, listening, whatever, feel the same. Feel like they're misunderstood, misheard, misrepresented. And so we started this for you all. I've been acting really all my life, but I would say professionally in this industry for about 4.5 years now. Mm-hmm. And I booked my first role back in 2021.
Hey,
Shout
out rap shit. Shout out Issa Rae. We love you, baby. We love you, baby. HBO
episode 104.
104.
If you haven't seen Rap Shit on HBO Max, episode 104, executive produced by Issa Rae. Mm-hmm. Is it Issa Rae or Issa Rae? I think it's Issa Rae. Look, all love. Also, Tell Me Lies, season 1, episode 10 on Hulu right now as well. Check that out.
Check that out, baby. Check that out. Yeah, for sure, man. Speaking of, a little bit about me, man. I'm a new actor in this market. I've been acting professionally about 4 years. Been acting majority of my life, but once I would say I was a pandemic. I was a pandemic actor. I came out a pandemic actor. I really started to find my success after the pandemic, which is like kind of crazy because everybody's like, I know for a lot of people it was backwards, but nah, man. I think. When Clubhouse was...
Oh, man,
Clubhouse. When Clubhouse...
Hey,
can we curse?
Shout out
we curse?
To... Nah, we're going to keep this PG. But, shout out the Actors Breakfast Club on Clubhouse. Shout out Business Side of Acting.
Sure.
Back when I was, heavily involved during the pandemic. It's definitely done a lot for me.
For sure.
And my success that I've had within these last few years, and I'm sure Jeff can say the same. And it's helped a lot of actors out. And shout out to Mike Dolphy, Michael Toe.
For sure.
All those people that really made it what it was,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I mean we definitely got to give praise to those people who carried us. Carried us when we were just kind of like youngins, babies in this, man. And I mean, in a way we still are, but we're very much seasoned now. Yeah, I feel like we're matured to past toddler, but we're
pandemic was a great. I'm not gonna lie, it sucked for a lot of people, but it was pretty good to me, man.
Man, that
it was pretty good to me. You know what? Tell Jeff. Why don't you tell the people what you've done? So far?
Yeah, for sure. I've done a lot of short films. I make my own short films. Definitely if you're one of them people like me who gets discouraged when they're not working or they're not on set, the best thing about the age that we live in is we get to produce our own work, man. It's not like back in the day to where it was either a studio and you got a studio, it's a no-go. Now you can make your own. So I definitely made my own stuff along the way. Been able to work on some really amazing sets. Did a feature film with Bottom of the Next Productions. Man, loved them again. That's Bottom of the Net Productions. I think that was the first real I'm on the set, bro.
doing it.
Yeah, I'm doing this.
Real.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's different. Like when you got that big camera in your face, and then you're like, dog, I'm legit. You know? Yeah. And so I think that was definitely like a highlight for me, and definitely more stuff along the way that came after. I'm super thankful. But yeah, man. This podcast, man, we really want to represent y'all, right? You know, we really want to represent the Southeast, right? So if y'all ever have any like questions, comments, concerns, definitely we'll leave.
Hit us up. We're gonna put an email in the link. If you're watching this on YouTube, we're gonna have an email in our description box. Actually, we're gonna put an email in our bio on Instagram, which is for. Hold on, I want to get this right. I want to make sure I'm getting this right. Give me a minute. It's 4.DaSouth, and it's number 4. .da South. All right.
And I'll also leave the
we're gonna leave all this information for you guys in the description box, and wherever you need to get the information from, that's where it's gonna be.
Right.
Simple as that.
I like that.
So,
yeah, man.
So what's up, Jeff? You know,
talk to me, man. Talk to me.
I'm gonna ask you a question.
All right, shoot.
I want you to be honest.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna be honest.
For sure.
Are Atlanta actors training like they should be?
Yeah.
And you can speak on it, speaking from yourself and from people you know. You know. Go ahead, man.
Okay, bet. Yeah, I definitely agree now. Like, I wholeheartedly believe that we're like, you know, back then when 2016 it was, when Netflix pulled out of this market because, you know, they felt like, well, it's like not just Netflix, but a lot of these big house productions and studios, they just felt like Atlanta actors weren't working, training as hard. And now, like my acting coach lead in feature films. You know, I get to see my acting coach on the big screen. I get to pay to go watch him on the big screen. And not just with my acting coach, close friends of mine. You know, I get to go out and support them. Like, you know, one of my friends, you know, shout out to her. She had her movie. I got to watch her on a plane. Imagine, like, I'm on a plane and I get
What's this friend name, Jeff? Not the name drop, but shit.
Not the name drop.
Not to name drop, but hey, man, name drop.
Who's
this friend?
Shout out to Jamila Gray. Watch it on Paramount Plus on the come up. It's definitely fire. Check it out, man. You won't be disappointed. But yeah, and I just heard, but other good friends of mine, like I get to actually see them, you know. And again, like they came from the Southeast market. That's huge, bro. And so,
for sure.
Yeah, like now I definitely can confidently say we're at a place to where we're able to compete with, you know, markets like LA and New York, those major markets. Like we're taking serious now. And also, I mean, I don't know, maybe this could be somebody listening from Texas, Los Angeles, any other part. Like if you come, just know this is a community, you know what I'm saying? Like this is a real, like everybody wants to see each other win type. And that's why I feel like it's such a loved area to be in, especially in Atlanta. You know, there's such a strong community here. And so if you come, man, like, we don't do gatekeeping, dog. Y'all might do that out there, but over here, you know, it's all love. Look, from the ground up.
I think what Jeff is saying is we support each other out here in the Atlanta market. In the Southeast market in general. So if you're from LA and you're feeling like you need to come here and, you know, get your feet wet because it's not working out right now in LA, or you feel like you're in New York, want to get your feet wet, come down here. We're not afraid. We don't see it as competition. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We supporting. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some people in Atlanta who does see it as competition. And want to, how can I put this? They want to gatekeep, basically, like you just said. They want to gatekeep, but that's not what we're here to do. But back to the original question: do I feel like Atlanta actors are training like they should be?
Yeah.
Am I training like I should be? I'm gonna be honest. I'm on and off of my training. I haven't been. There hasn't been where I was in a class for a whole year straight.
Right.
I'm gonna be honest, and I'm not going to say that has affected me getting certain opportunities. Because me personally, I feel like you can be in class forever, all you want, but if you're not putting what you're learning in class to the test, then it's like, what are you doing? You know.
Speak on that. Right,
you know, like
there,
and that's not saying class isn't important. Class is definitely important because you have people who think that they can. Now you mentioned like how we're pandemic babies. Like there were a lot of people who were bored during the pandemic. Was like, oh, I want to be an actor, you know, and they never took not one acting class, haven't done any student films, haven't done any short films. They immediately, how do I get an agent? What do I do? It's like get a headshot, get in the scene study class, take the Meisner course. That Meisner was actually the first acting class I ever took, taught by, at the time, Tony DeMel, which is another really popping actor out here in Atlanta.
Yes, sir.
He's doing his thing, man. He's done work in New York, L.A. He's phenomenal, man. And we definitely got to have him on here one day. He was my first actual acting teacher. Back in like 2016, 2017, I Get Seen Studios. And I still keep in touch with him here and there, and but no, I don't think. Do I think Atlanta actors are trained like they should be? Yes and no. But I don't think that's important because there are actors in LA and actors in New York and other markets who aren't also training as hard as they should be, and they don't get the stigma of like, oh, they're not training hard enough. Because they've always been the staple center of the film and TV industry and what acting is. Like in New York, they have Broadway and stuff like that. And LA is really big with film and TV. Not that New York isn't, but, you know, so those are looked at as the capitals. That's when it comes to this craft and stuff like that. Versus Atlanta or Southeast in general, we're looked at as like little dogs. We've been, you know, and there's been a lot of actors from Atlanta who have been making their staple, like you said, making their marks on this on our industry. And so I think the whole narrative that Atlanta actors don't train hard enough is BS.
Absolutely.
You know. Like I said, there's a few bad apples in every market, in every city. So yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. And just a little bit elaborate, because I feel like what you said right there was like being on and off on training. Yeah, like, hey, you may have a passion for this, but there's some days you feel like, I don't feel like doing this, man. Like, you feel like, yo, like, even, and I hate to say it, even sometimes auditions you get and you're just like...
You know me. Like, we've talked, I've literally just got out of an audition funk.
Right.
Like, where I did not feel like auditioning. I didn't feel it. And with this writer's strike, I've gotten so comfortable with not auditioning.
Yeah.
That... It was, you know, I was like, no stress, no worry about, did I kill it? Or, not thinking that in my head.
Right.
And I was able to just relax. Yeah. But with and then I ended up getting auditions, because I'm rep by Houghton Talent, here in Atlanta.
Shout out to Houghton.
And my guy here is with
J Purvis. Woo! Shout out. We love the whole team at J Purvis and Houghton.
And shout out my manager too, Erica Fan with CSP Management. Shout out her.
Shout out to a gorgeous media group, Versa. We love you.
Yeah, but I've been getting some auditions, and I'm working my way back into having that drive, that motivation, that excitement when I get an audition. Like, oh, let's do it. Let's knock it out.
Right.
Let's attack it. Versus, I got another audition.
Yeah.
I gotta prep. I gotta set up the studio. I gotta get dressed. I gotta do And listen, it's okay if you don't. It's okay to feel like you don't want to feel it. It's okay to feel like how I've been feeling. But at some point, you got to snap out of it. You got to get back to the grind and remember why you're doing this, and remember that you love this overall.
Hey man, he's spitting straight gems for y'all, and yeah, like that's the core of it right there. Like I feel like that's that's it at full transparency, bro. Like sometimes and especially like if you get those auditions to where you feel like, oh my God, I would love to book this. If I can just book this and I can be on set, and not even just being on set with so and so, but just being on set and like you fall in love. Because sometimes we get that script to where like we're like, oh my God, bro, this is fire. Like I want it, you know. And then like you put in. I think sometimes what people don't understand is like you put your all, like you really pour. When you pour into something like the way we do, and especially because like this craft is such a transparent, like you can tell when somebody's not working on their craft. Like when you watch something, you can be like, I'm not convinced, I'm not sold. You know,
this industry is so weird that even the people who aren't working as hard or working on a craft still find their way to success somehow.
So, I mean,
think
it's not fair, dog.
No.
If this industry was fair, there'd be so many people. And I mean, you know,
life isn't fair. So
right.
like, why would this be fair? Why should this be fair?
Yeah.
You know, and it's like you could be bitter about it.
Right.
Oh, this person's got this. Why didn't I get that? You know, I should have got this part.
Right.
But what does that do for you? Then?
Yeah.
It doesn't automatically give you the part.
Mm-hmm.
You dealing with, you're psyching your own self out. Mm-hmm. Cause then you're like, dang, I'm probably not gonna get the next one.
Yeah.
Or he keeps booking this. You know, we know everybody knows. Like,
for sure.
There's a guy out here in Atlanta. I don't want to say his name, but I do want to get him on the podcast.
We will have him on the podcast.
I really want to have him on this podcast.
Hey, we're gonna pull a clip. We're gonna pull this clip from when we get him.
Raphael Castillo.
You said the name.
I want Rafi on 4DaSouth podcast. I want to talk with him. I want to chop it out. He is killing it here in Atlanta. He's doing his thing. I went out for a lot of stuff that he ended up getting. And I would just love to have him on the podcast, man. That's all it is. That's it. He's a phenomenal actor. Mm-hmm. I love, like, every time I see him, I love his work. You know, it's well deserved. And much respect to him. Much respect.
Yeah, no, shout out to him again, man. I got to talk to you at the Atlanta Actors Collective. They did like a actors night out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I mean, we showed up. We showed much love.
How was that, by the way?
It was cool, man. It was nice seeing, especially like a bunch of like faces that I was familiar with through Instagram. Finally, like meeting them in person and actually having those like in person like conversations. Right. You know, and again, like some of y'all, I hope to bring y'all on here. You know what I'm saying? Like that's definitely, sure. Yeah, that's what we got to do. Yeah, we're doing that for sure.
Man, we want to have every type of actor on this podcast.
Yeah.
We want to have the actors that's booking everything in the city, to the actor who can't get an agent in the city,
right?
To the actor who's just starting out. You know, you can come up, you chop it up with us. We give you information. We tell you, talk to you about your headshots and, everything that you need, because there are some actors who don't even know about Actors Access.
Yeah. I was one of those actors starting out. I was like, where do people get all these auditions from, bro? Yeah. Why the F can I find them, man? I was hot, heated, and upset. I was like,
type it up on the internet. How can I be in a Marvel film?
And then like they hit you at the backstage or worse, 99 agency.
99 agency.
Hey, but for like,
I'm not gonna lie though. Shout out to Backstage. I booked a lot of short films and student films off of Backstage.
Not to say that Backstage.
Career.
Let me say this real quick so I don't get sued. It's not that Backstage is like, it's not a scam. That's not what I'm saying.
No,
it's
legit.
It's legit. It's just that like it's super highly able to get like a Marvel. I like as background, yes, but it's actually like getting like an auditioning for a Marvel part. No. You're not getting. I mean, I want to drop the cast. I mean, it's pretty public information at this point.
I mean,
Sarah, the Fincannons are not throwing that on no backstage.
Yeah, Fincannons aren't throwing anything on. Fincannons does a lot of the Marvel casting here in Atlanta. Shout out to them, by the way. Haven't received the audition from them in a minute. But it's cool. Look. No animosity. It's coming.
It's coming.
But Yeah, so I think that covers that. Basically, what we're saying is Atlanta got something to say. The South got something to say.
Yeah.
Like Andre 3000 said at the Source Awards, the South got something to say. Atlanta, the actors here in the Southeast, we have something to say, man. There's a lot of talent here.
Yeah, and it's speaking volume, man. Like I'm seeing a lot of our friends, I'm seeing a lot of our coaches.
We're seeing it.
Like we've been, and now it's we didn't wait for the world to recognize us. The world recognized us. You know what I'm saying? Like we weren't out there trying to like, I don't know. It's just like I just like the natural flow of how it went too. It's like you really saw that progression of, okay, they're working. Like, whoa, these like there's something special here that we can't get in the LA market or in the New York market. And hey man.
So do you feel like,
yes sir?
I'm gonna go first on this one. Mm-hmm. The question is, can Southeast actors compete with actors in other markets, such as New York and LA, when it comes to the bigger roles, like those series regulars, those big recurring guest stars that a lot of the times immediately go to LA. A few actors here in Atlanta might get the opportunity to audition, but they immediately go to, they don't come to us as much, right?
As much.
It's going to be the local hires, the 1 or 2 days,
Right.
Or either if it's a recurring co-stars, which we are happy to take.
Yes.
Happy to take.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It's a blessing to get those opportunities.
Mm-hmm. Co-stars, anything that comes down the pipeline, like.
But yeah. I feel like if given a real chance, a real shot. Mm-hmm. And I've heard people say, well, you can get those opportunities, and those opportunities can become yours by doing great work and getting better, staying in class, being a better actor.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, but we're already doing that. Personally, I feel like there's so many actors here in Atlanta that can be a series regular right now who's killing it. Mm-hmm. Who's a phenomenal actor, actresses. Mm-hmm. Why do we have to say actresses and actor? Actor could be men and women. Whatever.
About to get in trouble there.
Hey, I was trying to figure out how I could work that, but if you gotta edit that out. About to getting canceled on our first episode.
Terrible way to go. That'd be a terrible way to go. Terrible way.
So Jeff, do you feel like actors in the Southeast, can compete with other actors in like the LA and New York market?
Yeah, for sure, man. Just a little bit of what I was saying before. Like we really been growing, and to see my coaches, my friends, some people who I just even ran into down here, short little networking events, like to see like how far so many people we started acting at the same time, or at least professionally, and some of them, and like this is no jealousy or anything, like some of them are now leading in shows. One of them is leading in a film. Yeah. Another one is about to be leading in a film. So it's just like, and knowing that to see that they did it, is only more encouragement for me to be like, if they did it, why can't I do it? Yeah. And then knowing that like they came from this market, they didn't have to go to LA to get it.
Right.
They didn't have to go to New York to get it. Yeah. And then again, you got to think about, let that sit in. How many people did they beat out in LA? How many people did they beat out in New York?
Right.
And then they came to Atlanta.
Yeah.
So like when you really take into considerations those kind of thoughts, those kind of just looking at it as to how this market has grown so much, bro. And it's continuing to grow, Right.
Like I said, it's exciting seeing people you came up with or started with or grow. Mm-hmm. And it's only a matter of time before it happens for us.
For sure.
And we got, as cliche, quote unquote, whatever you say, got to continue to grind it out and keep pushing and stay the course. You know? And I've heard every actor say this because I listen to a lot of podcasts and interviews and actors on actors roundtables. I watch all this listen while I'm working, and you just got to outlast the nose. We have to outlast the nose. Any actor out there that is struggling, that is having a tough time, that feel like, man, it's never going to happen, or if you got to outlast the nose. And if you're putting a time limit on it, like, oh, by the time I'm 30, if I don't have this, I'm quitting. Quit now. Ooh. Quit now. If you're putting a time limit on it, quit now, because this is a lifelong journey. You can. This is one of the only jobs that you can do for the rest of your life. Cicely Tyson was well into her late 90s, and she was still acting. Like, she was still doing roles. Samuel Jackson, he's in his 70s. Like, he's killing it. He didn't really pop off to his 40s. So stay the course. Yeah. Outlast the nose. Everyone who's around you right now in our age group, by the time we're 30, won't be doing this.
Won't be doing this. And I think you hit it right there. You really hit it. When you said, like, because for me, yo, I was like, if I hit 22 and I'm not leading in a show, I failed.
A fool like, you are.
Oh my God. Ain't that crazy? Like, let that sit in. I was 22. If I'm not leading by then, I fail. Give up.
For the people, how old are you now?
I am 24. Just turned 24.
You're old.
I'm getting it. Hey, I'm older than some trees out here. Look at your backyard. See which one's.
That was actually pretty funny, man. You gotta keep that. You gotta keep that.
Thank you.
You know, funny thing is, and I'm gonna get back to it. You know, but the funny thing is, I've heard that as a comedian, like, let's say if you want to do a career in stand up, most comedians take jokes from, like, their friends, or let's say if you was what you just said. I've heard a comedian say what you just said right there, and I laughed. You gotta laugh at me. You just wrote a joke. Not without trying. You just wrote a joke because it was funny, and she was like, pay attention to, like, when you say something and people think it's funny and they laugh. She was like, you just wrote a joke.
That's money right there, man. You can pay right there.
That's $1 million worth of game.
Hey,
shout out Gillian Wallow.
Let me ask you this, man, because this is burning on my heart, dog.
What's up?
Is K.O. Terrell ready to be a series regular? Mic drop.
I mean, so we talk about this all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. All the phone conversations, all the back and forth. I'm not saying I'm not ready.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, you know what? No.
Okay.
No, because that's not what I want.
Oh, okay.
At least not right now. And I'm being completely honest. I've always said I'd rather come on a show that's already been going for 2-3 seasons, and I come on as a recurring, and then when they get, the next season I might be recurring again, and then that next season, boom, I'm a series regular, or come on as a recurring the first season, and then the second season I'm a series. I want to go on a show that's like already been successful a little bit for the first 2 years, and then I'm a new character, and then join. I don't think I can handle a brand new show being one of the being number 5 or either 6 on. Okay, if I am a series regular and it's a new show, it needs to be an ensemble cast. Gotcha. Like, think Outer Banks, think Bel Air.
Sweet.
I don't want to be the main. Now, even though those shows still have a number one, like Jabari Banks is obviously the number one on Bel Air, right? But I still want. I would rather be part of an ensemble cast.
An ensemble cast.
That's but my I would much rather I want to book a recurring.
Gotcha.
That's my goal. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Heck, I want to book multiple recurrents throughout my
Yes,
career.
sir.
That's what I want. So yeah, maybe that'll change in the future as I continue to grow as an actor. As my confidence level continue to grow, my maturity, everything overall. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
right now, no.
Not right now, yeah. That's a great, and that's why I want y'all to tap into this. Because again, this is full transparency. We're not sitting here telling you anything now.
We're not BSing you out.
Yeah,
we're not BSing y'all.
Yeah, there ain't no BS. This is straight from our internal feelings about this matter and what we think of it. And no, dude, thank you for that, man. That was a real great answer, bro. They'll definitely appreciate it.
Is Jeff ready to be a series regular?
Whew. Right.
The Jeff, the guy who has auditioned, had multiple series regular auditions, is this guy right here, Jeff Mungai, ready to be a series regular?
Man.
And if you're not, what the heck you're doing auditioning for him?
Hey, baby, I'm ready. Okay, I'm ready. And this is why. I've been doing the work. I've been doing the training for it. I've been making sure that my chops are up to par. I've been making sure that I'm really taking the time to I don't want to say perfect isn't the word, but just constantly improve my craft and reasons why I fall in love with what I do. And I would say one of my biggest reasons is being number one on a call sheet, getting to experience that. It's dang, you gotta wake up 4 a.m, be on set by 6 a.m, or sometimes you get it.
What time do you wake up now?
See, that's a great question.
What time do you wake up now?
I be waking up. Okay, I wake up at 9, and then I'm too early.
If a series regular has already been 4.5 hours?
4.5. Okay, right. But look. When I book it, I have no problem rearranging my sleep schedule.
Nah, but see, you got to start now, man.
That's true. I know. I got to start now.
If you want to be a series regular, you got to start acting like a series regular right now.
So I mean, my thing, but I guess waking up at 4 a.m. What am I doing? If I wake up at 4 a.m,
go to the gym. No one's there. Go to the gym. No, okay, meditate.
Meditate. True. I did used to really work off of a boxing regimen to where I used to get up at 3 a.m. Go for runs. Yeah, I need to get back to that. But
did you do a Rocky?
I did all that. Ugh, that makes me nasty. Going back to what I was saying though, I've been training, I've been working, I've been making sure that when that opportunity comes, opportunity meets preparation. I've been preparing myself. Okay, what do I need to do? Also, I'm creating a group, a group chat or just something to where a bunch of us actors can come into. I wanted to make a creative space to where we could help each other grow, audition together, you know what I mean? To where and again, this can be completely free, where we just, if anybody has an audition, hit any member up in the group chat, and then where we audition, because I've started to audition a day. It's hard. Sometimes I may slip one day, but I make sure I'm back on it. It's hard, but if you have a group that's keeping you because that's the biggest thing. You
accountability
slip.
Group.
Yeah, an accountability group. You slip because you don't really have anybody keeping you accountable. Yeah. Nobody's unless your agent gives you a deadline. You know what I mean? But if it's stay in that group chat and you're getting okay, this is a deadline. I need this in by X amount of time on X amount of date. And then what I plan to do in this group chat is I want to also teach y'all some real on-set things that are going to happen. Say that if the showrunner is I don't really like this scene, let's throw it out. Mm-hmm. You gotta learn a whole new scene right then and there, baby. You might get less than 30 minutes to learn it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it could be anywhere between a six page scene with heavy dialogue. And again, like,
I've heard that the hardest script changes are where you can't even notice the difference. It's like they changed one or two words. Ugh. Yeah. And it's like there wasn't like a whole 9-page fix. It was just like they changed like 2-3 lines in a big monologue that you have or something. That. So it's like anything can be thrown your way in this industry, in this business.
And that's pretty much what this like group would set up to, where like I want to help train y'all, and also I'm learning too. I'm growing with y'all. It's not just a one way. We're all giving and learning from each other. But it's gonna help us, like, actually when we're thrown that obstacle, we're not like, oh my God, what to do?
Freaking out.
Yeah, freaking out. It's like, oh, bet, let's do it. Like I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. I've been doing this like for a minute now. Sure. So like, yeah, now you're at a place where it's like, oh, cool, I can conquer this easy. Boom, next. And yeah, so definitely got that going on. That's what I if you want that, y'all, let me know. Definitely leave it in the email below, in the comments. Like, please light it up. But to further close that question, man,
DM us.
Also. DM us, yeah. Also DM us.
Follow us.
Follow us, man. If you want more, if you like this content, if you want to see more, man, we'll definitely have it. So follow our pages, man. We'll let y'all know what dates we're dropping episodes and whatnot. But yeah, man, to close this question, man, I believe wholeheartedly that I've been training for it, and it's been showing in my work, like to get like constant callback rounds for these big opportunities. And again, being in the Southeast too, to do that in the Southeast, like, like I definitely feel like, and this isn't to like stroke my ego or anything or stroke my boat. No, it's just to say that like we're doing it. We're being taken serious, and we're doing it, and it's showing through our work because we're putting in the work. Right. And yeah, man, like
definitely Jeff with his multiple series regular opportunities, me with my multiple recurring opportunities, which is crazy because I said I'm not ready for a series regular, right? And I haven't gotten a series regular audition.
Yeah.
I think I might have had one that I didn't even know was a series regular. That lets you know I'm not ready.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I've definitely had multiple recurrings. And so we definitely want different things. Like, we're definitely two different people. But we love this business. We love this industry. We love the craft. We love it so much. There's a lot of things we hate about this business. Or not hate, but we don't dislike. We dislike. That sometimes make us want to, rip our heads off. But it's not enough for us to completely walk away.
Yeah, I think it's funny, like actors, we have this like love-hate relationship with acting. Like you fall in like you're like, oh my God, like you want to quit, but then it's that like voice in your head like
you can't, like, what will I do? There's nothing else I want to do.
Right.
There's nothing else that I love this much. This podcast is something fun to do on the side for us, but we love acting so much. We made a podcast about acting. We still need a way to feel involved in this industry.
Yes, bro. And that's the funny part about it is like we're really like, man, we just truly have a strong passion for what we do. And
eventually I want to get to the true point where like I'm a student of the game. Like to where no matter what happens, if I never book another job ever, I could at least say that, hey, I was a working actor.
You was a working actor.
I booked 2 jobs. How do you want to close this out?
What the hell do we have?
We were supposed to thank our crew.
Oh yeah.
We don't have anybody. It was
we ain't got nobody.
Look, shout out to Jeff, man. Jeff literally set everything up. Jeff has the majority of the equipment. We're actually getting some more stuff because we're going to start having guests soon.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Hoping to have name drop Carmen Alexis as our second. For our second episode, first guest. So she will be the first guest for our second episode. But yeah, Jeff got it down. Jeff got the locations. Jeff set up everything. Shout out to Jeff, man. Round of applause for you. Edit a round of applause into this. podcast.
Also,
It's corny to add that.
Man, nah, shout out to my guy Kale, man. Yo, he is truly works hard, man, and everything that he does, you know, like again, I couldn't do this without him, yo. Like, and it's crazy when we first met. It's crazy how like fate kind of brought this together, bro. Because it's like we first met, and
we didn't know. The funny thing is, I went to school with his brothers.
Yeah.
Back in middle school, maybe high school, but I did not know of Jeff.
Yeah.
I met Jeff on Clubhouse. We stayed in the same area, like as it's like the world is super small. Like I met this man on Clubhouse, went to school with his siblings, and like, you know, I didn't know too many people with the name Mun Guy. So when I saw that, I was like, ain't no way, dude. And I saw he was in Atlanta. I was like, ain't no way, dude, not connected to the same Mun Guys I knew growing up. And it's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
This ride. I'm saying this like we're breaking up. We just started.
No, we just started. Yeah, this is a long
first episode. Yeah,
y'all.
So it's gonna be dope, man. I just can't wait to keep pushing out content for you all and keeping y'all updated on our journey and what we do. And I don't really have much to say, man.
Man. Again,
tuned.
I just wanted to quickly say, round of applause for my guy, man. He is the best, y'all.
Round of applause for us, man.
Yeah. Woo! Yeah, man, we've been killing it. But without further ado, man, like, comment,
subscribe.
Dude.
Email us. Follow
yes.
us. Share with your friends. Share with your mom. Share with your grandma. Share with the actors who want to be an actor, but they're afraid to start. Have them to email us and do whatever, you know? Do whatever. Go out there, chase your dreams. Don't be afraid, you know? All that good stuff.
However you want to start, man. Start small, and when you love it, it'll grow. Bro, you want to know my setup used to be?
What?
My setup used to be an iPhone 6, a broken tripod. It wasn't even working. I had to lean it against the wall. Yeah. A broken tripod, and then what
was the backdrop?
The backdrop was a gray blanket.
Ah.
So I mean, but then the
well,
blanket.
You know, I'm not too far from that. I tape on my iPhone. I always forget what iPhone I have. I think it's like a Pro, something Pro, but I always forget what iPhone I have.
He has the 14 Pro Max.
So it's the 14. Okay, so I always forget what it is.
One. That don't count. That's
I tape on my iPhone. I have the two soft boxes.
Two soft boxes.
You know, I have a black sheet. So.
No, you're good. You see, he's capping. That he has the best iPhone on the market, and he has professional equipment at the crib. I had a 6. I and then my lighting, if it wasn't natural, I had a big yellow 32 Kelvin.
All right, actually, my bad. I got the 13 Pro Max, so it's not the 14. It's the 13 Pro Max.
It's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think
this is it, man. You know, we're going to sign off. Again, I'm K.O. Terrell.
It's your dog, Mr. Jeff Mungai.
And thank you for watching 4DaSouth Podcast.
4DaSouth.
Thank you for listening to 4DaSouth Podcast. Cause
the South got something to say.
Cook up, Nate.